Cheyenne Hanson. I work for Douglas County Sheriff's Department. Tonight we're going to go out on a DUI grant. We specifically are looking for intoxicated drivers to get them off the street.
Good. Hey, you have no headlights on, no taillights on, no seatbelt on.
Normally expected, just kind of drive around. It'll get a little bit more interesting the later the night goes on because people are going to be leaving the bars. Interesting looking trucks, got heavily tinted windows. Didn't like me to drive behind them for very long, would constantly change lanes. Do you own a red vehicle?
No.
Ran the license plate and it came back to a red vehicle, not the white truck that we have. You might be able to locate some individuals that are intoxicated on drugs rather than alcohol. So he's got a vehicle, found a guy with a very similar name to somebody else, and he's got a fully extraditable nationwide warrant for several offenses related to drugs and drug sales, which if that's the case, there could be drugs in the car. We don't know if it's him for sure, but everything lines up except part of his name. But a lot of individuals will have multiple aliases that they're under. Cheyenne Hanson. I work for Douglas County Sheriff's Department, assigned to the Court Services Bureau currently, and then tonight we're going to go out on a DUI grant and run some traffic stops and see what we can find out of there.
Tell me a bit about this DUI grant and what does that normally mean?
So you get some state funding, and that means that an extra couple deputies, 2 to 3, can go out, and we specifically are looking for intoxicated drivers to get them off the streets. We try to do them around holidays. With Labor Day coming up, we're gonna do this week and weekend, and then next week and weekend as well, just to kind of help reduce any risks for the public out during a big holiday. Normally expected, just kind of drive around. It'll get a little bit more interesting the later the night goes on because people are gonna be leaving the bars. You might be able to locate some individuals that are intoxicated on drugs rather than alcohol, but it's really hit or miss with traffic stops as to what you may or may not find, or if there even is any traffic out to run.
What are your expectations for the night?
My expectations for the night, pretty broad. We're gonna go out, we're gonna run some traffic, we're gonna see what we can find. If we can find anybody warrants, drugs, try to find a DUI or 2, but it's also not the holiday weekend, so if we don't, that's hit or miss. That's how traffic is, and if we can get some cool stuff, that'd be awesome. So, pulled over vehicle, couldn't see the in-transits because the window tint was too dark and it didn't have plates on the vehicle. Turned out that their in-transit date conflicted pretty badly with their registration and purchase of the vehicle date, or lack of registration actually, is just the purchase of the vehicle. And so he ended up giving them a citation for improper in-transits, and then for not having the vehicle registered at all. They didn't have anything else. They didn't have any warrants, no drugs, drinking, nothing. So pretty simple stop for him.
How long have you been a deputy? How long have you been involved just law enforcement altogether?
I got on in 2022. Didn't have any prior experience. I did some security a little bit before, but got out of that due to an injury, came back, and finally got to do the job that I love. 10-7 traffic, 132, and just north of Erskine on a black Toyota.
So what do we got?
Got no taillights, no headlights. As far as I'm aware, one occupant, but we'll see when we get up there. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Hey, you have no headlights on, no taillights on.
No, I had all my seatbelts on.
Your seatbelt was on?
Yes, I literally just took them all off.
Okay. All right. Well, you have no headlights on or any taillights or anything as well. Nothing's on.
Are you serious?
I am very serious.
Literally just bought this car like 2 months ago.
That-
Everything's good.
Well, I'm telling you, there's no. So, can you hand me your license and registration, please?
Sure.
I think she's drunk.
So what did she say?
She says she's getting back from her boyfriend's house and couldn't really, like I said, your headlights aren't on. She's like, yeah, they are. No, they aren't. I'm telling you they're on. I'm telling you they are not on. And then she wanted to just turn them on and go. I was like, no, I need your license and registration. Open her glove box probably 3 times, looked straight at her registration and never touched it. And then asked me again what she needed. And then I told her license and registration. She's digging around in the back of her vehicle. Her purse is in the front seat with her. Right here, looks like she's already got a first offense DUI before. So she has a history of drinking and driving. And then she said her boyfriend that she's leaving is on. She's on 100. We watched her turn out from up here on 132nd area. And she said she's going home. And she said she lives off of a. But she's going north on 132nd. And so she could be going to the interstate, but her best bet would have been start heading south. Nobody goes north like that to head south. So we'll see. I couldn't quite tell if I could smell anything or not. I'm going to for sure call for another unit, see if they can kind of start heading this way, reapproach her and just have a talk with her, like be able to go up and smell through the car. Her eyes are pretty glossy. She can't focus very well. So I want to see if we can find any other signs of impairment and just kind of go from there. So here's the deal. I'm just concerned that you've had anything to drink this evening. You're out driving. I kind of have a slight odor of alcohol.
I mean, I don't blame you, yeah.
I just want to make sure that you're okay to drive.
I have had some, but I feel fine.
Okay. Well,
You're on a little breathalyzer in your bag over here?
I do, yes,
Yeah,
I do.
I see it.
Yeah, you see it, yeah.
Did you blow it up for you?
I did.
What is that?
0.07.
0.07 is what it said?
0.07. Okay.
That's what that
Do you know what the legal limit is in the state of Nebraska?
Wait.
Okay.
So, that's the only reason I'm driving, is because it said it was under the limit. Otherwise, I would not have drove.
Okay. Just for my own due diligence and make sure everybody else is safe and you're safe.
Yeah.
Can you follow my finger?
Yeah,
all right.
of course.
So just follow the tip of my finger, stare at it, and only follow the finger with your eyes.
That far, it made me a little dizzy.
A little dizzy? Okay. So here's the deal. Your eyes are pretty jumpy.
Okay.
It looks like, and you've said you had some alcohol.
Obviously, I have a breathalyzer, so
Right.
I use that to make sure I'm safe
Well,
to
and
drive.
we have our own, so we'll do that as well.
Get that.
If you don't mind turning off your vehicle for me and stepping out. Blow as hard as you can. Blow, blow, blow. Keep going, keep going. Do not stop, do not stop. You got it, you got it. Good, good, good. Stop.
There you go.
There we go. Good job.
Excuse me.
You gonna throw up?
No, I'm good.
If you do, I'm gonna move. Don't throw up on me.
No.
All right. What's the legal limit in the state of Nebraska? Okay. You blew a .26.
There's no way.
.26.
Shit. There's no
All right.
way.
So at this time, You're gonna be under arrest for driving under the influence, okay? We're gonna go back to the office and we're gonna do another one of these, okay?
Yeah.
Your vehicle. Is your phone in your purse?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to hang tight. I will grab your phone so you can make a call.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 10, 15 minutes for somebody to get here. If they cannot, I'm going to tow the vehicle.
Okay.
Okay. She blew on the data master. Did not really change too much. Blew a 0.25 at the office. She was a 0.26 on the side of the road. Took her 2 attempts. I usually give 3 strikes and then you're out, and then it's a refusal. And cited her for not having her headlight and taillights on, and for the aggravated DUI, which is 0.15 or above, which obviously she was above, so did that. And one of her friends came and picked her up, and we released her, and she's got court coming up. Evening.
Hey.
Good, how are you? Do you have license and registration for me? Did you recently purchase this vehicle?
Yeah.
Do you own a red vehicle?
Red?
Do you own a red vehicle?
No.
Okay. Got a license plate that doesn't match the vehicle it's registered to.
Now, what made you see something off to pull them over for the check?
Just kind of a interesting looking truck. It's got heavily tinted windows. Didn't like me to drive behind him for very long, would constantly change lanes. So ran the license plate and it came back to a red vehicle, not the white truck that we have.
Is our other officer checking out the VIN?
Yep, he's just confirming the VIN on the truck matches what's on the paperwork, which if that's true, awesome, but the license plates do not match that truck. At the very, very least, he's getting a ticket for fictitious plates and is going to have to go home and remove them.
How common is it to have fictitious plates?
Pretty common. A lot of people will recently purchase a new vehicle and, oh, well, let me just take the old plates off and put it on the new vehicle thinking they're fairly interchangeable, and that is not the case, ever. So, or people will take them off stolen vehicles. What's the red truck that you own?
The red one? Oh, it's not red. It's a primer. So.
This was the red truck?
No, the other one at home.
The other one's
Yep.
at home? Okay. Yep. License plates aren't interchangeable. So when I first went up and asked him if there was a red vehicle that he owned, he said, I don't own a red vehicle. And then when I said, hey, these plates are coming back to a red vehicle you own, he changed it to, well, I have a red truck at home. Okay, well, they aren't interchangeable. You need to get them off. And I'll explain that to him once I go back up with his citation. So there's no insurance as well. So he's gonna get no registration and no insurance for this vehicle.
How did you get involved with Guns and Hoses? What's your relationship with that?
I got involved with Guns and Hoses. I heard about it last year, went to it, super cool, super fun, enjoyed the experience. Did not participate, but thought it'd be a really good idea to participate. And then it was coming around for training time this year, and we had other deputies say, yeah, you should try it out. And I was like, well, I've never boxed before. I'll just start for the workout of it and see how it goes. And day one, they're like, no, you're fighting. And I was like, we'll see. I'm just here for the workout and to get some anger out, you know, it's good therapy, but ended up signing up and training more and more, and it got to be really fun and something I was interested in, and here we are. So he's got a vehicle found a guy with a very similar name to somebody else, and he's got a fully extraditable nationwide warrant for several offenses related to drugs and drug sales. Which, if that's the case, there could be drugs in the car. We don't know if it's him for sure, but everything lines up except part of his name. But a lot of individuals will have multiple aliases that they're under. Same name, different spelling of middle name, same height, same weight, race, everything. Like I said before, a lot of times individuals that didn't originate in the US and immigrated here will change their names on different visas. And so it'll cycle them through, and so they'll have an alias or a different name, or it's no different than if we get married and you change your last name. Like my previous maiden name would be an alias, and so people will do that to hide from warrants because they'll show you a driver's license that shows a name. But the one thing that doesn't change regardless of your name is your social security number, and so it had his social on there with the warrant, and the social security number that he gave us didn't match, and it lined up with his license. So not him, but pretty darn close.
And this is why you guys go through multiple checks.
Multiple checks through multiple databases. There might be something fresh that we don't know about that happened during the day. We've encountered traffic stops where during the day somebody made a report and there's gonna be a warrant written, but it just hasn't yet because of the timeline, and it's the weekend, and kind of go from there.
Why is it important to you? Why is doing this event important to you?
The event is important because it's something that's fun and humanizes us. We aren't just these stone cold, militarized individuals. Like, we are people, we have fun, we all hang out together. It's a good merging of fire and law enforcement. And then I know they do other events down the road that merge other unions together, but it brings the first responders community together. It brings the community together to show that we are just regular people out having fun, doing things like this. It raises awareness for who we are and what we're out doing, and just kind of brings everybody closer together.
Why is your job important to you?
I mean, public safety is always number one. It's important to me just because I've gone through some pretty bad things in life, and most people have. Everybody's got their story, and being able to say I helped somebody, and I know that's kind of cliche, like, oh, you want to go help the community, but I want to help victims that truly feel trapped and feel alone and get out of bad situations, or I want to be able to give back to the community that helped me get out of my bad situations.
How did things go tonight?
Things went well. Fairly successful for being a grant night, and Saturday night just doing traffic. Got some pretty good stops, got an arrest out of it. So we'll see how everything goes from there.
For your participation in Guns and Hoses, what do you want the people to know?
Fighting for law enforcement, fighting for women in law enforcement, and do it for a good cause, for a good humanizing experience. Like, we can go out there and have fun.
And what do you have to say to the little kids out there that we're fighting for in their hard times?
Keep your heads up, you got it, and stay strong.